WNBA Game Notes. The disrespect Phoenix Mercury superstar Alyssa Thomas receives adds to her aura. Mercury head coach Nate Tibbetts wants the media to think long and hard about voting Alyssa Thomas MVP. Alyssa Thomas is still disrespected. It's just that there's no longer the capital CT at the end. Thomas MVP bid is on the back burner though. She and the Phoenix Mercury are focused on winning their remaining 3 games so that they put themselves in the best possible position to earn the No. 2 seed in the WNBA playoffs. A seeding of at least No. 4 and home court advantage in the first round are now clinched, with Thomas 12 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists, leading them to a 75-69 win over the Washington Mystics Thursday night at Cara First Arena. The next goal is to earn at least the No. 3 seed to ensure avoiding the No. 1 seed Minnesota Lynx in the semifinals. The coveted No. 2 seed would ensure home court advantage in the semifinals. If you were at their game Thursday night, you saw why the Mercury are now dealing with these stressors. Thomas has found an even more perfect home than what she had with the Connecticut Sun. Her teammates are making enough threes to justify a high volume of attempts, and the team exhibits composure under pressure. Sub-2's dagger. A 6-0 Mercury run that built a 71-62 lead with 2:52 to go seemed to put the game away. But the Mystics had other ideas. Monica Cole-McCanny started the run with a mid-range make from the right elbow, answering a Kiki Ariafin make from the same spot on the other end. Then, Thomas, already with 10 points, seemed destined for her 23rd career triple-double, 8th on the season and 7th in her last 14 outings when she picked up her 10th rebound and dished her 9th assist to Kala Copper on a basket that made it 69-62. Thomas would pick up a steal at 3:21 and make a short bank shot at 2:52 to make it 71-62. Neither team led by double digits in this game, so it was a tough battle. And finally it seemed like Phoenix could relax. But on the ensuing possession, Shakira Austin got a bit lucky when she did a full spin move on a back-down fadeaway shot and had the awkward-looking attempt bank in to cut it to 71-64 at 2:26. Austin stole a ball on the next Mercury possession, only for it to be stolen back by Dewana Bonner, and then stolen again by Washington's Somia Citron to set up a whipper-clutch Sug Sutton 3 from the right wing that cut it to 71-67 and had Cara First rocking. 26 seconds later, Sutton got out in transition off an Ariafin defensive rebound and drew Thomas out to the right wing, opening up a lane right down the middle for Austin to drive down and find Ariafin when Seydou Sabally came over to stop the ball. Ariafin finished the offhand lefty layup to cut it to 71-69 with 1:06 to go, and Cara First was rocking again. The Mystics were at home and had all momentum, but Phoenix came out of head coach Nate Tibbetts' ensuing timeout with veteran poise as Sami Whitcomb passed out of a double team on the right wing to Sabally, who buried a triple from the top of the key, making it 74-69 with 50 ticks remaining. Sabally, who leads the Mercury with 16.3 points per game on the season, had just 10, but added 6 rebounds and 4 assists, and was 3 for 7 to 42.9% from beyond the arc, a great showing considering her season-long clip is 30.9. She hit the big shot when it mattered most. Here are Whitcomb's post-game thoughts on the key play that resulted in the dagger. It was just good action. We were obviously just trying to get a good look, and she slipped out of the action. They kind of kept one person in front of me, one on the side. Great wide open shot, and she's gonna make those more often than not. And here's Tibbetts on his team's composure. I've been super proud of our composure at the end of games. We've been in a bunch of tough games here down the stretch. And for a group like us, this is our first year together. We need these types of games. I think it builds confidence when you're in these situations. I think our execution today tells you the confidence that we have in each other. Keep on shooting. Phoenix attempted 34 threes in this game, making 13 for an efficiency of 38.2%, which is very good. On the season, they attempt 27.5 trays, 3rd in the league, at a 33.8% clip, 7th. Surrounding Thomas with a bunch of sharpshooters is a good idea because she is perhaps better than anyone in the league at penetrating, either in transition or the half court, and kicking it out to the perimeter. The Mercury's front office must have been excited about Sabally's 45.2% three-point shooting last year on 2.5 makes per game across 15 games, when they acquired her and Thomas this offseason. She and Copper are the team's two superstar all-around scorers who are capable three-point shooters, while Phoenix also boasts a seasoned three-point specialist in Whitcomb and a markswoman in Khadija Laksa, who received a lot of hype in the preseason for her three-point exploits overseas despite never previously suiting up for a WNBA game. Meanwhile, Ako Makani has emerged as the team's most efficient three-point shooter at 40% with 1.2 makes per game. The mid-season acquisition of an aging superstar and Thomas Fiancee and Bonner gave the Mercury another three-point weapon. On Thursday, Whitcomb, 4 for 7, Ako Makani, 1 for 2, and Sabley were the ones who boosted the team percentage, while Copper was 3 for 11 and Bonner was 2 for 6. Catherine Westbeld was the only other Phoenix player to attempt a three, going 0 for 1. Laksa did not see any action. What stood out was the final 121 of the second quarter and the final 142 of the third. The Mercury were 3 for 3 from distance over the former and 2 for 3 over the latter. Aside from those two stretches, they were 8 for 28, worse than the magic 30% mark. The 3 for 3 effort to close the first half spearheaded an 11-2 run that put the team up 8. Phoenix was very much in danger of trailing at the break before that. Meanwhile, the two trees toward the end of the third aided an 8-2 run that broke a 53-53 tie and put the Mercury up 61-55 entering the final frame. The 8-point cushion entering the third allowed Phoenix to maintain a two-possession advantage until the 5:56 mark, when Citron cut it to 48-45 with a three. The Mercury would eventually trail 52-51 at 4:20, but that was their largest deficit of the second half. The 6-point cushion entering the fourth was quickly cut to 1:18 into the frame, but it allowed Phoenix to lead throughout the fourth. We're always trying to close quarters strong. I think that's important for us, Whitcomb said. It sets the tone for the next quarter and what we're trying to do. So yeah, those were big for us cause it gave us a little bit of momentum and stretched the lead a little bit. Copper hit 2 of the 3 triples that closed the second. Sabley had the other, while Whitcomb was responsible for the 2 that closed the third. Thomas assisted 3 of the 5 and contributed a hockey assist on another. The Mercury's avalanche of three-point attempts proved to be the right strategy thanks to these 2 flurries of makes. Here's Tibbetts on why his team took so many threes, as well as his thoughts on the key stretch before halftime. They played more zone tonight than we've seen all year. Heading into the playoffs, that's a good thing for us to see. Because of the zone, it led to some really good looks I was super proud of. The end of the second quarter, we made a push. It was because of our defense. It got us out, and we got going. A legacy of disrespect. I can't speak to every game Thomas has played in this season, but on Thursday, she seemed to be hunting her own shot less than ever. Yet she still scored 12 points thanks to fast breaks. While she put her head down and made sure she was the one to score on a couple of occasions, she was otherwise all about working it around the perimeter to open three-point shooters or driving to find the easiest layup for a teammate. It seemed that a huge percentage of Phoenix's field goal attempts came off of Thomas' passes, making the potential amount of assists she could have accumulated through the roof. It's no wonder she leads the league with 9.2 per game, which is on pace to be the second-best season average in WNBA history, behind only Courtney Vandersloot's 10 in the Wubble. Yet, it seems to be almost a foregone conclusion that AT will not win the MVP award. I think the race between Nafisa Collier, Aja Wilson and Thomas should be seen as too close to call right now. Yet we seem to already be handing the award to Fee, and if not, maybe Aja. Thomas is so completely disrespected. Outside of the women's basketball community, far too many people don't know her name. As far as the MVP, it's hard for me to not look at this with bias. As a Terp, I root for her to win MVP, so I try not to make a pick. But my case for her would be that nobody has ever dominated in the way she has. We've seen players put up monster scoring and rebounding numbers like Aja and Stewie. We've seen players flirt with or reach 50/40ths/90 like Elena Del Don and Fee. What Thomas does in nearly averaging a triple-double is unheard of. The distributing aspect is even more unheard of when you consider the fact that she's a forward. She doesn't shoot jump shots because of her torn labra. She had a good mid-range game back at Maryland, but has found a way to become an even better player and an all-time great one without it, playing a style sans jump shot that we've never seen before. To me, she's the most fascinating and entertaining player because of all this. That's her MVP case. But her legacy is to be disrespected. The disrespect just adds to her aura. So go ahead. Give the MVP to Fee or Aja, because they both averaged over 23 points per game, and Thomas only averaged 15.9. Thomas will just smile and know deep down that she deserved the award, because neither of them could touch what she did as a distributor. After finishing second in MVP voting in 2023, she pointed out that she had accomplished things never seen before in the W, and that would likely never be seen again unless she did it. Well, she's done it again, this time even better, and she'll be making a lot more history before she retires. Here's what Tibbetts said when asked about Thomas' MVP candidacy. "I hope everyone takes a really good look at that. I mean, she's one assist away again from a triple-double. I don't know how many times she's been one away from a rebound or one away from an assist. She competes at both ends and really fights and shares it. I hope the national media just takes a good look at that."